Now that all of our half square triangles have been cut, it is time to give them a good press. Once everything has been pressed and starched, we're ready to get rid of those little dog ears that are on the edge. The great thing also is to make sure that we measure them so that all of our half square triangles are the same size. I'm using my squaring ruler from in.² to help me to get rid of those dog ears and also to make sure that my half square triangles are about 6 inches. They're a little bit short of 6 inches square, but that's okay. It's going to work for the project that I am thinking about for this bigger block. Once all of the little excess dog ears are cut off, and you can either use your ruler or our square, if you call it that, or we could just use the rotary cutter if they're all the size that they need to be. We can lay them out in any direction that we want them to go in. So they can all go in the same direction. They can look like flying geese and go in different directions, triangles, hourglasses. The possibilities are endless for what we want this to look for. But you audition them, you play around with it, you decide your layout. For this particular block, I'm not going with something that simple because I need a bigger block. So a great way to do that is to add sashing in between the blocks. So I make it as wide as I need it to go. And I was a little off. I should have gone with a 2.5-inch strip rather than a 2-inch strip, but we're going to make it do what it do. So I wanted these to finish at 14, and I should have went to 14.5, but that's okay. So I pulled everything out. I auditioned those scraps that I have in here to determine what I wanted that layout to look like. So I started with the gray with a cornerstone or a center stone, which was yellow. And then I said, I'm not sure if I want to do that, but I do have plenty of gray fabric to make that happen. But then I thought about the orange. The orange made this pop, and I really liked the way that it looked. So I decided to cut that strip out, and that was going to be my sashing, and then I would use the gray for the center stone. And this is the layout that I decided to come up with. So I then took it to the machine and stitched. So this is like a 9 patch. It's not even squares that you're putting together, but there are 9 of them. 4 half square triangles, 4 sashings, and then that middle square. So once everything was chain stitched together and it was all ready to go, I can press those out. I like to press my seams going out and then in and then out. So I took it to the ironing pad. I really do need a new one. And I just pressed everything nice and neat. If I needed my best press to add to it, I used the best press. And then again, I took it to the machine to do the final stitching. Once all of my final stitches were done, and I only needed 2 long stitches to complete this, the block was finished. And here it is. I love it when those corners match. It doesn't always happen for me, but that's okay. We know, what do we need? A great press. So as a quilter, it's important have a good iron and have a pressing mat because you're going to need it throughout the process of making your quilt box and putting everything together. And here is the final block. I think this is adorable and I can't wait to use it.